What's up? It's Coach TJ, and today we're going to be talking about protein intake. All right, one of the most important questions that we get from our clients is how much protein should I be taking in a day? And it's a very good question because whether your goal is to put on muscle for performance, for athletic performance, or just general physique, or if you're looking to cut fat, burn fat, or also just generally improve your health, protein is a very important macronutrient. If I were to rank it on top three macronutrients, there's only three of them, but I would say it's probably the most important when it comes to what you're tracking on a daily basis. If you're taking enough protein throughout the day, odds are you're supporting immune function, number one. You're also supporting muscle growth and muscle repair, as well as maintaining muscle if you're on a diet of some sort, if you're lowering your calories. And it's also going to be something that generally it's just going to have you feel better, and it's going to keep you satiated throughout the day because it's one of the hardest macronutrients to break down, and therefore it's going to spend a little bit more time in your body, and you're going to feel a lot better and fuller if you're eating enough protein throughout the day. All right, so the first thing that we'll sit down and we'll go over is making sure that we're matching your goals with your lifestyle. And also, we're getting you to the point where you're becoming the person that you want to be, right? When it comes to your nutritional habits, your health habits, your general health at the end of the day. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of go through the different recommendations that we'll have for our clients and explain where we came up with that and why it's important to first and foremost start where you're at today, and then also, get you to the point where you are the person that you want to become. All right, becoming the best version of yourself is always something that we'll kind of preach here. All right, so if you're just looking for general health, just somebody that is just looking to get the minimal effective dose of protein per day, the parameters are actually pretty low. So we're talking about 0.4 grams to pound of body weight, right? This is total body weight. So this is really somebody that's not necessarily focused on any specific health goals, just something that you're just trying to get the baseline and get enough protein in per day. Not necessarily something that we recommend, but it does fall within the normal limits. So if we had a 150-pound person, which is the recommendation or just the example that I'll be going off of, is that this 150-pound person, that's about 60 grams of protein per day. All right. And when we talk about portion size, we actually talk about hand-sized portions because not everybody walks around with a food scale in their pocket. And we don't necessarily recommend that for all of our clients. Most of our clients will get by with understanding the basics around how much protein you should be bringing in on a daily basis, and also comparing that to your hand-sized portion. So that's pretty much anywhere between 2 to 3 hand-sized portions per day. All right, so if you're eating 3 meals, it's 1 hand-sized to 2 hand-sized portion per meal. All right, and it's definitely something that's doable, right? But again, that is something that we don't necessarily recommend right off the bat, even if somebody's really looking to improve their health, looking to improve their strength, their performance, whatever it may be. So we normally start, and I put the star next to this one, we normally start with an athlete or an active person, again, that's looking to really support their health, again, its immune function is something that it supports as well because of the amino acids and the way that it kind of breaks down in your body. It's going to help you rebuild cells. It's really, really, really important, not just when it comes to calories and macronutrients. There's a lot of health benefits that come along with a higher protein diet. All right, so that athlete or active person is going to we're going to recommend anywhere between 0.7 to 0.9 grams per pound. All right, so that's for a 150-pound person. We're looking at anywhere between 105 grams to 135 grams of protein per day. Okay, now that may sound like a lot. If you're somebody that has tracked calories in the past, it's actually, if you look at it, if you're eating 3 meals a day, you divide that, we're talking about anywhere between 35 grams, upwards of 40 or so grams per meal, okay? And so we're talking about anywhere between 6 to 7 hand-sized portions per day, all right? So 2 hand-sized portions at each meal, all right? So that's something that most of our clients, I would say somewhere around 90% of our clients are going to get a lot of great results when we're focusing on that. All right, you're probably going to gain a little bit of muscle or just maintain the muscle that you have. Again, if you're in a caloric deficit, if you're somebody that's looking to improve body composition, looking to drop fat, then you're definitely going to want to have higher protein because you want to support maintaining your muscle mass. All right, obviously we understand protein is the building block of muscle. Amino acids need to be ingested in order for you to repair that muscle, especially after your training, if you're training intensely. And that's something that we definitely recommend for 100% of our clients that come through our door, is to go with a higher protein intake than they're used to. Most people. This is very speaking in generalities. And then when we're talking about somebody that's looking to build muscle, many of our athletes are looking to build muscle, then we're going to recommend 1 gram per pound. I usually start there with most of our athletes, especially the athletes that have been with us for a while and we kind of understand their eating habits. We understand that they have some healthy eating habits. We wouldn't recommend this for somebody that has really never focused on nutrition, has, really just kind of eats whenever and doesn't have a plan. And again, if that's you, that's not a terrible thing to start. We just want to make sure that this is more of an advanced tactic or habit to build. It's not something that we recommend. I would say, like I said, about 90% of our clients, we start here at that 0.7 to 0.9. And then that 10%, the athletes that have been with us for a while, we do bring it up to 1 gram per pound. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that if you're a beginner either, right? If you're looking to, but it's just kind of like a high bar to set. All right. So again, now we're talking 150 grams per day for that 150 pound person. And then it's about 8 hand-sized portions per day. All right. And again, so if you're eating 3 times a day, they're going to be big portions. That's why we do recommend that you'll have that snack or 2 snacks a day. And usually the 2 snacks would pretty much equal out to the same amount as 1 meal. So if you think about, if you're eating about, 2,000 calories in a day, you're looking at somewhere around, when it comes to the grams, if you're about 150 grams, you're going to divide that over 4 meals, okay? And then the snacks are like 2 half meals, all right? So breakfast, lunch, dinner, maybe you have a post-workout snack, whether it's a protein shake or something like that, and then maybe you have a snack later at night or throughout the day, and that's, again, you're looking at anywhere between like maybe 250 calories, right? If you break it up over those that day. All right, so it's a lot of math. All right, this is really just understanding, have a deeper understanding of how much protein you should be taking in. But the only thing that we really recommend most of our clients are focusing on is having those hand-sized portions at every meal. Having protein at every meal is really, really important. Not only, again, we're supporting immune function, we're supporting muscle building, all right, and repair and maintenance. Okay, and the more you ingest protein throughout the day, you're going to be able to break it down easier. If you just ate 1 big steak at the end of the day, it's going to be really difficult to break that down. I'm not saying that you can't do that. There are some people that do well on 1 meal a day. But we normally recommend that you have at least 3 to 4 meals. And again, that those 4 meals, okay, if let's just say 2,000 calories, it means that's 500 calories in 4 meals. But the snacks, we usually divide that by 2. So it means 250 calorie snacks twice a day. All right. Again, a lot of math. Don't necessarily have to go too in depth with that. But those are the types of things that we're recommending with our clients. Now, the other thing to think about is, where am I getting this protein from? Right. So there's always a good, better, best, or I guess more so bad, good, better. And we want to make sure that you're eating more of the good stuff and less of the bad stuff. All right. So I'm actually holding here. This is actually our Precision Nutrition. Myself and Coach Rob are actually certified through Precision Nutrition, and we have the ability to kind of build these individualized plans that are awesome. And it's a guide to pretty much how much you should be eating and how to kind of build those healthy habits into your daily routine. And one of the things that it'll do is kind of give you some great visuals as to where you should be getting this protein, what food sources, what you should be eating more of, what you should be eating less of, and maybe what you should eat maybe just some of. All right, so just a few examples. When it comes to protein, we're talking like meats, eggs, some cheeses, yogurts, things like that. So we're talking, for the most part, probably the healthiest version. We're talking eggs and egg whites, all right? Fish, any type of fish, shellfish, chicken, obviously, turkey, lean beef, any kind of like game meat like bison, pork, any wild game. And then we also very most of the time we recommend Greek yogurt. We love Greek yogurt as a snack, as a breakfast in itself, or as a snack. It's great, high protein, anywhere between 18 to 20 grams of protein per serving. All right. And then you've got your vegetarian tempeh, which is a recommendation there. And then you've also got cottage cheese, which is probably our best version of a cheese. And then actually on this list, we also have insects. All right. If you guys are into that. Actually, one time when I went out to California, me and my wife, we went to this really cool like taco spot, and they had insect tacos, and I had to give it a try. It was the first time I ever had it. May not be the last, but I wouldn't say it was great. It was very crunchy, but I've had it. So, and then also, lentils and beans are another vegetarian way to get good protein. And there's no wrong way of eating. It's just making sure that you're fitting with your goals. And then we're going to go into pretty much like what you should eat some of, and that's, pretty much uncultured cottage cheese, fattier meats, things like tofu and edamame, not the greatest, the way very, very highly processed. Bacon, Canadian bacon and jerky, things like lamb are very, high in fat. Deli meats, not the best, but obviously you can eat some of them. Any kind of sausage and protein powders, right? Protein powders, you'd be interested why that's in eat some. We really want to focus on whole foods first, right? Supplements, they supplement a good diet. Myself, I'll have a protein shake pretty much every day. All right, one shake a day, because it is difficult for myself. I'm trying to take in about 200 to 220 grams per day. That's a lot. So, especially it's a lot of chewing. So when you have something like a protein, easily digestible because it's in liquid form, powder form, and it goes right into your bloodstream, and it's something that we'll recommend most of our athletes and most of our clients have that post-workout. All right, and then eating less of, it's pretty much, the bad foods, in quotations, anything like any high fat meats, deep fried things. We're talking about like protein bars. I'm not a huge fan of protein bars, very highly processed. Any kind of like high mercury fish, and then talking about like, things like jerky and snacks and, things like that are very high in sodium, high in, additives and things that again, probably not very highly recommended. All right. So, that pretty much wraps up what a good starting point when it comes to understanding how much protein and why you should be taking in that amount of protein per day. And one thing that I want to make sure that if you guys are struggling with this, or it's something that you really want to, really dial in, anytime you can reach out to us, and actually, I'll show you kind of like what this guide looks like. All right. It's on an iPad. It's, you can obviously print it out. But it's this is for myself. I made it for myself. And it'll pretty much give you all the information that you need, your goals, hand size portions, okay, different meal options, ways to read the label, ways to build a perfect meal. All right. And then again, we're going into all of the different, daily requirements: eat more, eat some, and eat less. And then just, again, maybe some troubleshooting and things to kind of, explain, if you're at a sticking point, things that you can do. And we're here for you. So at any point, after you watch this, you can message us. If you're seeing this on social media, you can email us. If you're reading this in an email, just reach out to us. We'll set up a call. We'll kind of walk you through this process. And then in about 20 minutes, we'll turn around and we'll hand you one of these guides. All right. Free of charge. Just want to get this out there and help as many people as we possibly can. And if it's something that you're looking for more guidance, then obviously we can give you a few options there as well. All right. So please feel free to reach out. I hope this was informative, and this helps you kind of guide what you should be eating on a daily basis. And again, some more creative ways of getting protein into your day, and also tracking, making sure that you're doing that at every meal. All right. Signing off, Coach TJ. Thank you. Have a good day.